Howdy folks, welcome to another beautiful day out here in West Vancouver. It's past 8 in the evening, the sun is still high, it really is a stunning day. It was nice and it was warm but not overly hot, just great in general. Anyway, while we're at it, we might as well talk about the weather a little bit, because that's still one of the questions I get most from other South Africans and from my family, going, how do you handle the cold? I can never live there. It's way too cold. You know, everybody's got this idea that it really is freezing, which it gets cold here. I mean, Vancouver has been down to -17 at one stage. And even up north it gets a lot worse. But the reality is the cold hasn't bothered us that much, because, you know, you've got central heating, so your house is nice and toasty, and if you go out, you've got your layers, you've got your clothing. I actually enjoy the cold. We were chatting about it the other day. You know, I used to, in the winter, we used to go down and run that park run, the 5K, and now we don't want to go down because it's too hot. It was actually great to go and run in the cold, because it is just, you know, I don't know, it was just more comfortable. So the cold is not a problem. As a matter of fact, it's actually more of a problem when it gets warm in summer, and which we are heading into right now, because most of these houses in Vancouver, because it never used to get very hot, do not have central air conditioning. So you don't have anything cooling the house down, and that's a problem because it gets really hot sometimes. And you know, because you're in Vancouver and there's wild animals, there's been a bear sighting around our neighborhood. You've got coyotes and all these wild animals over here. So technically you shouldn't really leave your doors standing open like we did in the other house, because, you know, you might have an unwanted visitor. And this unwanted visitor is not somebody that's coming to rob you. Well, I suppose he's coming to rob your kitchen or whatever. But it's not somebody that's going to come and steal your stuff. It's just a wild animal. Still better. Any which way. So yeah, the heat is more of a problem actually. Weirdly enough though, I think the thing that got to me most this year, or that's been, you know, that's, I wouldn't say hard, but it's that kind of threw me off a little bit. In the winter, the days were just a little bit too short. I mean, it's dark, because 4:30 in the afternoon the sun sets. It only comes up, it only rises at past 8 in the morning. So it's like you've got the short daylight with not, and then when, you know, then it's cold and overcast and you don't see a lot of sun. And that kind of got me a little bit over this winter. That bugged me a bit for a couple of days. But, you know, you just actually got to go out and do stuff, like I said last time. And especially if you're into winter sports, I think then you're also fine. Or you just got to go out and go to restaurants or go do things in the evenings. It is better that way. Of course, now the sun sets at like 10 o'clock at night, so we go to sleep when the sun is still up. What was that joke that Bram shared on Facebook? It's like, I was born to be wild. Up till about 8:39ish, then I got to go to bed, you know, because then it's sleep time for me. Any which way, so there you have it. The cold is not a big problem. It's more an issue when it gets hot. And like I said, for us, for me specifically this last year. But you know what? It plays exactly into what I was saying in the video a couple of days ago, where I said you need to go out and you need to do stuff. And I think that's what we did very wrong this past winter as well. As soon as the sun started setting, we would we fell into this kind of habit, you know. I would drive, I go pick up Belinda or the kids from school, pick up Belinda from work. We'd be back home by 4:30, 4:15. The sun starts setting, we make dinner, we eat dinner at like 4:30, 5 o'clock. And then after eating dinner, we sit and watch Netflix, and then, you know, it was just a shitty routine. The bottom line still is, like I said in that other video, is to actually get out and to do things with other people. That is the secret. And if you do that, you've got no problems, because I think then your mind is occupied and you don't really stress about, well, not stress is the wrong word, but you don't fall into this habit of uselessness, I suppose, or habit of sitting in front of your computer and working, or habit of sitting in front of Netflix. Anyway, just a random rant. You all must have an absolutely beautiful day. We will speak again soon. Cheers.